The woman who makes his bad choices 100% about him, his brokenness, his immaturity, his addiction.
I will give you my life for 30 days straight, 100% do everything you tell me to do. And if my life is not better in 30 days, I will kill myself then.
Doug Weiss.
But I want to say this, you, whether you're a wife or a husband, or just in a committed relationship, you are in no way the cause of their choices.
Join us as we uncover the shocking details exposed by Doug Weiss's ex-wife.
In marriage and relationship counseling. Over the years, they have helped countless couples navigate the ups and downs of relationships, offering guidance on everything from communication and trust to emotional connection. Their insights and advice have made a significant impact on many people looking to strengthen their relationships and build healthier connections.
Dr. Doug Weiss, welcome to the table.
Oh, it's good to be here.
It's always good to have you.
Okay, I've been married 30 years.
I was going to say,
wow.
Yeah, 30 years to Lisa.
Very patient, loving, and beautiful Lisa.
Through their foundation, they have helped countless couples work through struggles, rebuild trust, and find emotional healing. To the public, they appeared to be the perfect team, two experts who not only gave advice, but also seemed to live by the principles they taught. However, behind the scenes, things weren't as perfect as they seemed. For years, there were whispers that their marriage wasn't as strong as people believed. Some even speculated that Doug had mistreated Lisa, but since neither of them spoke about it publicly, the rumors remained just that. Rumors. That is, until now. In a shocking turn of events, Lisa has finally decided to share her side of the story. After staying silent for years, she has come forward with painful truths about their marriage. Truths that Doug likely never wanted the public to know. Her revelations have left many people in shock, wondering how someone who built a career on helping others maintain healthy relationships could have been living in a broken one himself. So, what exactly did Lisa expose? According to Lisa, throughout their marriage, she genuinely believed she was in a loving and stable relationship. She trusted Doug and thought they had a solid foundation. But after their divorce, she began to see things differently. She realized that many of the things she had accepted as normal were actually signs of betrayal. The truth hit her hard. What she had believed to be a partnership built on love and trust was something entirely different. Lisa didn't describe her ex-husband's actions as simple mistakes or misunderstandings. Instead, she called them deliberate betrayals. She explained that Doug had been deceiving her in ways she never imagined, and it was only after they separated that she truly understood just how deep that deception went. It was a painful truth to face, but once she saw the full picture, she could no longer ignore it. One of the biggest red flags, according to Lisa, was Doug's frequent private jet trips. To the outside world, these trips may have seemed like a perk of success, just a wealthy couple enjoying the benefits of their hard work. But Lisa now claims those trips were not what they appeared to be. Instead of traveling for business or personal relaxation, she believes Doug used those trips to cover up his affairs. This revelation has left many people shocked and questioning how much Lisa really endured during their marriage. If her claims are true, then it means Doug, a man who dedicated his career to helping others build strong relationships, was secretly living a lie. Lisa's decision to speak out has sparked a wave of reactions, with some supporting her bravery in telling the truth, while others wonder what else she might reveal.
Well, after scandal, heartbreak, grief, and public humiliation, Joni Lamb of Daystar Network opens up about the secrets and the storms that shook her world.
It was reported that Daystar's ministry jet was often used for personal trips between Fort Worth, Colorado Springs, and Destin, Florida, matching the time of Doug Weiss's relationship with Joni Lamb. These flights, estimated to cost $769,220.
We got back from our honeymoon. It was in July. And by the way, there are questions about, it's all over the internet, that Daystar paid $100,000 for my
Yes,
honeymoon.
I was getting ready to ask you about that.
So, absolutely not. Not one penny of Daystar's money was used for our honeymoon. We paid for our honeymoon, okay? So, again, that's another lie that's out there.
Right.
There have been serious questions raised about whether ministry funds were used for personal expenses. Lisa Weiss, Doug's ex-wife, has shared that during their marriage she was never informed about some of these costs. For example, she didn't understand why Doug took so many private jet trips until much later. When Lisa first asked Doug about these trips, he explained that they were for work. He mentioned they were needed for things like counseling, ministry work, and other job-related tasks. However, his answers were very vague. He didn't give any details that would have made her suspicious at the time. Lisa later revealed that his unclear explanations made it really hard for her to push for more information. In sharing her story, Lisa paints a picture of a marriage that, from the outside, might have seemed stable and devoted. Yet behind closed doors, there were costly trips, vague explanations, and deep betrayals that only came to light after the divorce. This situation has sparked a lot of discussion about transparency, accountability, and the proper use of ministry resources. Eventually, things started to add up. Reports began to link these jet trips not only to ministry work, but also to something far more personal. Doug's secret relationship with another woman, Joni Lamb. This revelation hit Lisa hard. She felt deeply betrayed, not just because of the secrecy, but also due to the high cost of these trips and the serious questions about using funds meant for ministry purposes for personal travel. But that wasn't all. Lisa later disclosed an even more shocking truth. While they were still married, Doug had been involved in a secret relationship with Joni Lamb. Lisa had always sensed that Doug was hiding something, but she never imagined it would be this significant. For context, Joni Lamb is a well-known Christian broadcaster and co-founder of the Daystar television network. She was married to Marcus Lamb, and together they built Daystar into a famous Christian TV network. Sadly, Marcus Lamb passed away in 2021 due to complications from COVID-19. Doug proposed to Joni at the Broadmoor Hotel in Colorado Springs, and their wedding took place on June 10, 2023. Their story quickly became a hot topic, with people having all kinds of reactions. Some of Joni's followers were overjoyed. After losing her first husband, they had prayed for her to find happiness again. Others, however, couldn't help but question the timing and the details of how their relationship unfolded. Doug tried to ease these concerns by explaining that their relationship was built on a solid foundation of faith and integrity. He was open about the fact that both he and Joni had worked hard to make sure their union was rooted in biblical principles. In fact, Doug even went through counseling and answered lots of questions to show that their decision to get together wasn't made lightly. Their journey was guided by Jimmy Evans, a respected Christian leader who not only helped steer them through counseling sessions but also officiated the wedding, praising them for their honesty and commitment. On the other side of the story is Lisa, Doug's ex-wife. Lisa had always had a feeling that Doug was keeping secrets from her, though she never imagined it would be something this significant. Discovering that Doug had not only been unfaithful, but had built a deep emotional connection with someone else was a huge shock. Interestingly, Lisa didn't direct all her anger at Joni. Instead, she felt a measure of sympathy for Joni, seeing her as someone who, like herself, had been misled by Doug's false promises. Lisa explained that she believed Joni was tricked into a situation that seemed harmless at first but gradually got far more complicated. Even though Lisa was hurt, she chose not to blame Joni. Instead, she saw Joni as another victim of Doug's deception, a person who had trusted him just as much as Lisa had. This empathy showed Lisa's maturity. She wanted nothing more than to heal and move forward without making anyone else the target of her pain. The moment that really broke Lisa was when she finally confronted Doug about his infidelity. She told him she knew the truth, and Doug broke down in tears, apologizing. But for Lisa, those tears came too late. She had been living a lie for years, and no amount of sorrow could undo the damage done. Looking back, Lisa regrets not noticing the warning signs sooner, like the times when Doug was mysteriously absent, acted strangely, or seemed emotionally distant. She trusted him completely and hoped things would get better, only to be left with the heavy burden of regret. Doug managed to lead a double life, a public image of a loving husband and a respected counselor, while privately he was living another life filled with secrets and lies. This split in his character left Lisa feeling drained and heartbroken. She was caught between supporting their shared work dreams and grappling with the emotional void at home. Their career together, which was built on trust and mutual support, crumbled under the weight of his deception. But there's even more to their story. To truly understand what led them to this painful crossroads, we need to look back at where they both started. Before all of this, Doug's life was filled with its own challenges. He had a difficult childhood marked by his parents' divorce and the painful feeling of abandonment by his father. These early experiences left deep emotional scars, but also ignited his passion for understanding human emotions and trauma. Driven by his own pain, Doug pursued studies in psychology and pastoral ministry, eventually earning advanced degrees in clinical psychology and counseling. His unique blend of psychological expertise and faith-based values led him to become a pioneer in addiction recovery and relationship counseling. Doug's career took off when he founded the Heart-to-Heart Counseling Center in Colorado Springs. His innovative programs help people overcome addiction and heal emotionally, and he became known for his practical, faith-infused approach. He wrote influential books on intimacy and sex addiction, which earned him a reputation as an expert in emotional healing. His public speaking, television appearances, and workshops helped him reach a wide audience, solidifying his status as a trusted counselor, at least in the eyes of those who didn't know about his secret life. Meanwhile, Lisa's journey was marked by a deep curiosity about human emotions. Raised in a loving, supportive family, she was always driven to understand why people felt the way they did. Excelling in school, she pursued a degree in clinical psychology with the goal of helping others manage their emotional struggles. Her natural empathy and dedication led her to develop practical solutions for her clients, making her a respected figure in the mental health community. Lisa was passionate about empowering people to heal, and she poured her heart into her work. Doug and Lisa first met at a psychology conference, an event designed to bring together experts, counselors, and therapists from around the world to discuss breakthroughs in mental health and emotional well-being. It was a meeting of minds that quickly turned into something more. Both were deeply passionate about helping people navigate the complexities of human emotions, relationships, and personal struggles. Their conversations flowed effortlessly, filled with mutual admiration for each other's work. Lisa was drawn to Doug's charisma and his ability to connect with people, while Doug admired Lisa's depth of understanding and her unwavering commitment to helping others heal. As they spent more time together, their connection grew stronger. What started as a professional partnership soon evolved into something personal. They began working side by side, combining their knowledge and experiences to create workshops, seminars, and counseling programs aimed at strengthening relationships and emotional well-being. Their shared vision made them a dynamic team, and their reputation in the field of relationship counseling flourished. They wrote books together, co-hosted events, and provided guidance to couples and individuals seeking to overcome challenges in their personal lives. To the outside world, they appeared to be the perfect team, both professionally and personally. They complemented each other in ways that made their work even more impactful. Their ability to communicate, solve problems, and inspire others made them role models for the kind of relationships they encouraged their clients to build. Their marriage, at least in public view, seemed to embody the very principles they taught. People looked up to them, seeing them as a shining example of what a healthy, faith-centered partnership could be. However, as their careers expanded, so did the pressures and demands of their work. The same dedication that made them so successful professionally began to pull them apart in their personal lives. Long hours, travel commitments, and the constant pressure to be a source of wisdom and guidance for others left little time for them to nurture their own relationship. Their roles as counselors and public figures overshadowed their roles as husband and wife. Lisa, in retrospect, realizes that there were warning signs early on, small, seemingly insignificant moments that she brushed off. There were times when Doug seemed distracted or emotionally distant, but she reassured herself that it was just the weight of their work. She had always trusted him implicitly, believing that their shared faith and values would protect them from the struggles that plague so many other couples. But trust, she later learned, can sometimes blind people to the truth. Doug had mastered the art of compartmentalization. He was able to maintain a flawless public image, presenting himself as a devoted husband and an expert in emotional healing, while secretly hiding personal failings that contradicted everything he preached. His ability to keep these two worlds separate allowed him to sustain the illusion of a strong, healthy marriage, even as cracks were forming beneath the surface. For Lisa, the eventual discovery of Doug's deception was nothing short of devastating. She found herself grappling with two starkly different realities, one in which the man she loved and trusted was still the person she had built a life with, and another in which she realized that much of their life together had been built on falsehoods. She felt an overwhelming sense of isolation, as if she were standing alone in a crumbling house, watching the walls cave in while everyone else continued to admire its beautiful exterior. What makes this story so complex is that it isn't just about one act of betrayal. It's about the slow erosion of trust over time. It's about how even those who dedicate their lives to helping others navigate emotional pain can sometimes become trapped in their own struggles. And it's about the difficult choices one must make when the foundations of trust, integrity, and love are shattered beyond repair. So what do you think about this tangled web of relationships, deception, and heartbreak? Can a person's public persona ever justify their private failings? And how do we reconcile the image of someone we admire with the reality of who they truly are? Let's discuss how even the most respected figures can sometimes struggle with the very challenges they claim to help others overcome.